This week we are going to be covering CSS3, and I know a lot of you have been anxiously awaiting this. So finally, we're going to get into animation and some of the other really cool effects that you can do with CSS3. So you're going to start with the web-based readings. And so they kind of go through some of the animation and different features that we are going to be looking at for CSS3. And then you're going to go through the lecture demo, which is much more detailed. And so as you go through here, some of this we have already talked about. And so you'll notice I have review if it's something that we've already talked about. And then I've got lots of examples and links to interactive sites. And then we get into quite a few new CSS commands. So as you look through here, for color, we've been using hex and color names, and we've been using RGB, but there are other ways to include color. So now you're going to be learning some additional techniques. And RGBA includes an alpha setting that lets you make the color more transparent. HSL and HSLA, A having the alpha for transparency, and HSL is hue, saturation, and lightness. Okay, and so kind of explain what that is. And there's interactive examples that you guys can play with. We get into how to create gradients, which is super cool. And I've got some examples of that. Okay. And so as you progress through here, you are going to be learning all about the cool stuff you can do with CSS3. And we do get into animation and transformations. Okay, so as you go through here, we will get to those for those of you that have been anxiously awaiting them. The filter effect is super, super cool. This is something that's new. And so that you can kind of see how it works, I've got this little interactive thing here that you can play with, and it'll show you what the setting is. Okay, and once you change to a different setting, it kind of resets the other one. So I had the grayscale set to totally gray. But then once you start playing around, you'll notice that the saturation is going to kind of get rid of that setting. You can do all sorts of cool stuff. So this lets you kind of play and look down here to see what the settings are. And then we get into all the different transformations and animation. And there are all sorts of little goodies built into this page so that you can kind of play with it and learn about it at the same time. And if it really gets messed up, just reload your page. Okay, no big deal. So that is the lecture demo. The textbook assignment, you are going to get to practice some of these really cool CSS3 techniques. There are several files that you're going to download because I do want you to kind of focus on the CSS3. So this little example is going to be a super fun one for you. So you're going to download to the appropriate folders. And then you're just going to work through this. And I do have videos that will help you, but you're going to learn how to do a quote box, how to style that, how to add a web font, how to do a little background image, adding that to a little element. And then you're also going to add some animation to that page. So should be a lot of fun. And then you're going to create a three-dimensional cube. The code for that is right here. And if you can't quite see all of it, okay, or if you prefer to see it in a different page, you can click on the PDF. Okay, but that is the code. This is what it should look like. Okay, and you're going to create that on a page. You're also going to create an animated ball, and this is all the code you need for a bouncing ball. And then for that song snippet page, you are going to be adding some animation to that too. And once you're all done, you'll notice that the scoring rubric is here, and you'll be FTPing all of those pages. For your lab assignment, you are going to add some animation to your Flexbox model page and to your form. So you're going to want to copy those pages from their respective folders into the current folder. Okay, and so I've got some videos that show you how to copy them and how to add the animation. Um, and if you want to do animation a little bit differently than what I did, that is okay. But this is the Flexbox page, and here's what I did for the animation. Okay, but if you want to do something a little different to your Flexbox, that is perfectly fine. Okay, but this video will show you how I did that. And then for the form, you also need to animate that. And so here's my form. And you are going to do something similar. Okay, and so I do have a video showing you how I did that as well. And so hopefully you guys will find this really fun. And, if you want to do something different for the animation, that is perfectly fine. Okay. Some people like to do it the way I did it. Some people like to do it a little different. That is okay. You're also going to create a page with resizable text boxes and images. So the code that you need to add is here. This is the page you're going to download. And this box with the text in the white background should be resizable when you're done. And the bigger box with the graphic also should be resizable. Okay, so you're going to make everything resizable, and these directions tell you how. You're going to add some animation to your assignment page. You determine what you want to animate. You can animate whatever you want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end up having to look at your CSS, and I'm going to look for the animation in there so I know where to find it. But make sure that you have the animation in there and that it works, and then you'll get the points for it. And then don't forget to update your assignment page with links, because that is worth points too. Okay, so that is the assignment. And I think you guys are going to love CSS3, and I hope you have a lot of fun working with it. If you do have any questions or run into problems, let me know. Make sure you have those pages transferred to the web so that I can take a look at them.